We are going to discuss one of the most important topic in JavaScript and one of the most confusing topic also in the JavaScript. Basically, today we are going to discuss about foreign and for loop and what is the difference between them. We will explain about these topics more and more with few examples. So, so for exploring these topics, continue with us in this video. So inside the JavaScript, we need to iterate over the some of the objects for the building classes like arrays, dictionaries, strings, map, etc. And we iterate the objects using the loops. And inside the JavaScript, there are different types of loops, just like the for loop, simple for loop, for in loop, for off loop, while loop, and do while loop, and these all are used for iterating the objects. Now 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 we are coming on to the point that that how we have to differentiate it, that is where we need to use for in and where we have to use the for off loop. So that is the one of the most important topic, and and inside this video we are going to discuss about this. So foreign, according to the definition of the foreign statement loops through the immutable properties of an object. And what is the immutable properties of an object? So, so, so how we can be able to define that is that this object is immutable or not. So for defining this, that which is the immutable object and which is not, we are coming to our browser, and here we are opening this things like let here employee. So here is an employee and his name is Dinesh and age is 28. So if we are going to print this, then what will happen? So if you are going to check this, then here is the property that is immutable. Property is immutable. Property is immutable, and if we open this, then its name is the property is immutable. Mean to say that this property is immutable. This property is immutable. But if you are, because we are applying the loops either on the objects or simply either on the objects or the arrays. So if you are taking an array, let array 2, and here we are going to define this array, that is a 5 6 sorry 6 7 8 9 11 13 23, sorry. And then if I am going to print this array 2, then that properties comes under role or not, then that properties is not looking inside this property. So from this way, we can be able to understand that the foreign is apply for the objects, and for off is apply, that we have to discuss about that in the further. Uh, so here we are going to discuss about the foreign loop. So let here is employee. Now we are going to discuss about how we have to use the foreign loop, and it contains some name. Suppose it's me, Dheeraj, and my age is 28. Then I have a salary. Suppose it will be uh, so much zero. Okay, uh, and and designation, that will be senior software engineer. Okay, these are the properties of this object. Now, if I'm going to print this, then we are just printing an object, employee. Note index. Yes. Now this properties has been printed successfully. Now suppose if this object consider inside this array that this array includes multiple objects, then what will happen? Here I'm taking Dinesh. Here I am coming with a single example. Then in the next example we are going with the multiple example. So here we are taking a single employee. And if we need to iterate this employee, that we want to print the properties of this employee, that everything about the employee. Then here, according to the if it is a immutable properties of an object, then we can be able to use the for in loop. So I am using here for in let emp in employee, and what will happen if I am going to print emp log emp. Then it is a printing the keys of this object. And if we want to print the values of that object, then we need to write like this. Now, now the values of that object has been printed here. So this is all about the foreign loop. What will be happen if we are going to take this inside an array, and we are considering that we are iterating the multiple employees from here. I am taking the John. Here it is David. Salary will be suppose no no no. Its salary will be no no no. John is only a software developer. David is a senior software developer. That's it. Now, now if I am going to iterate these things, then what will be happen? Let's check. Okay, here we are only getting the 0, 1, 2. So I am going to execute this, then I can be able to get all the objects. That is on the zeroth object we are getting this. On the zeroth we are getting this object. On the one we are getting this object, that is a John, and on the second we are getting the David. So this way we can be able to iterate the objects, immutable objects, using the foreign loop. Now we are going to discuss about for of loop. That is how the for of loop is being to use. So, yeah. So for of loop statement create a loop iterating over the iterable objects, and iterable objects here it has been defined, that is the arrays, strings, map, node list, and many more. So if I have an array 2, and it contains 28, 24, 50, 60, 90, and 100. And if we are going to iterate these numbers, so according to the definition, it is saying that here we need to, because it is an iterable object, it creates a loop iterating over the iterable object. And iterable object is defined that is either array, strings, maps, node list, and many more. So here I'm going to kill element for of array 2, and when I'm going to print this, yes, now we got the output. So this way we can be able to iterate arrays using the for of loop. And for iterating the objects, we need to work on for of loop. What will be happen if you are using for in respect of for of? Then what will be happen? Let's check. Okay. If we are using the for in, then we are getting the indexage of that array, that it contains the for indexage. And if we need to iterate these values, then we have to write like this. So if you are doing like this, then there is no benefit of using this loop. So if we are going according to the definition, then it's a simple definition that if we have to iterate iterable objects, then we have to use the for of loop. And if we have to iterate, we have to work on the immutable properties of an object, immutable properties of an object, then we have to use for in loop. So in simple words, for in loop is used for the immutable properties of an object, and for of loop is used for iterable objects, that we can be able to iterate iterable objects using the for of loop. So this is all about the difference between the for in and for of loop. Uh, Now it's time to say goodbye, and in the next video we will come with the different topics and different concepts. Till now, goodbye. Thank you, and please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Like the videos and subscribe my channel. Thank you.